while you do that, I'm just going to talk to you about this program that I run. If you do feel compelled, like you want to go deeper, maybe you didn't score so great on some of the areas, or maybe all of this is resonating. Maybe you're wanting to get yourself ready for the marathon before you start it. Maybe you're in the middle of the marathon and you're like, oh my God, I don't know if I can keep going. This will be for you, right? So I run a boot camp program, which is a holistic performance coaching program for women ready to uncover their superpowers. And it's a 3-month group coaching experience for either women that want to start a business or current entrepreneurs who want all that good stuff, right? Like you want to wake up refreshed, you want to have it all, you want to be excited, you want to feel in control of your life and your business, but you also want to be like happy and healthy and create that space to connect with people deeply, to have fun, to find movement that you love. So all of those 12 areas that we talked about today are what we cover and more. Obviously, I'm really getting into the female physiology. I'm taking a course on that right now. So we like build that in our unique experiences as women. And it's kind of incredible to go through a group program with other people doing the same thing. So the idea is that you get down to that 30 hours a week. You are in a place where you've created and know how to create systems and routines that automate your self-care, that's looking after your well-being. And also you can troubleshoot those, problematic things that come up that end up being like mind barriers as you're going through this, and creating a community in the support system with other people going through the same thing. So this is an outline of what we cover. We start with really programming that destination. And I find that most people, when they're like, I'm not sure what to do, or I don't feel like I know how to prioritize, or I'm struggling with the business, setting your dream destination. And there's a huge exercise that we go through to do this, both for personal and the business, right? Because they need to be in alignment. And it's not about outcomes. It's not about, I want to earn this much money in my business. It's really like tuning into exactly what it is that we're trying to achieve in terms of our own happiness. And then the outcomes and the measurements come into that. Then we start looking at calendar and to-do list foundation. So like setting us up with some tools that will help us through the whole program to be able to automate that. And we look at, getting control of digital things and substances that we don't realize are actually really holding us back from being productive. We go through this whole amazing like dopamine detox process. We go through this whole like cleanse and purge, like Americano, like all of your devices and all of your electronics. And also, as I mentioned, everybody takes the substance-free challenge if they choose to. I see better success with those that do. And then we go into, once we get through all the mindset stuff, because this is really what I saw hold the entrepreneurs back that weren't getting traction in their business. From the hundreds of like entrepreneurs and startups that I saw, the ones that like gave up, or the ones that like kept coming up against struggles, there was mindset stuff holding them back. They hadn't worked on how to get their mind in a healthy, strong, resilient place, right? And then after that, it was not taking care of the body. So the body will, shut down on us. We'll get sick. We'll be constantly sick, or we won't be able to like be in our like flow as much if we're not really tuning into that. So then we start looking at, how can we get our body, that car, think of that burnt out vehicle that we saw at the beginning. This is most entrepreneurs are kind of operating from that vehicle. The successful ones are the ones that have figured out, how do we automate the self-care? How are we optimizing our body, right? How are we optimizing the way that we work? And I love going through the environment stuff because I am like such a geek about sensorial inputs, So how can we use light, sound, smell, touch, all of these things to actually train our mind that when it's work time, we like go. So like I said, I work 4 days a week, and I don't work more than like 20, 25 hours a week, and do all sorts of amazing fun things. So that's what I teach people how to do, while also taking care of themselves and doing it in a way that's sustainable. No crash diets, no counting calories, none of that. It's really tuning in to our innate and beautiful intuition that we have with our bodies. We've just been trained out of it, right? And once we have the mind in a good place, once we have a body in a good place, that's when we can put in that leadership upgrade, right? That's when we can start really looking at productivity tools to help us like take our business to another level, to be able to run the distance, right? To be able to like optimize everything that we're doing and feel so in control and strategic and like awesome. So we're going to learn how to really organize and plan strategically. So we know what we're doing, right? We feel in control of that and we know why we're doing something. We're going to create a new relationship with time, a really good, healthy relationship with time. So you feel in control and you also feel like you have that space to get into strategic and creative places to be able to connect with your loved ones. You know, I think we've all been in that space where we're like supposed to be connecting with a loved one, with a friend, we're out to dinner and all we can think about is the work stuff. Like we close that down, no more. Communication and boundaries is really important as leaders. How are we communicating with the people around us? So there's not like, you know, misunderstandings, which costs us tons of time and stresses us out, and also listening, creating our boundaries and communicating those, and then really building in effortless prioritization and decision making because we know ourselves so well by this point. So essentially this is a boot camp to learn all of these, to really expose yourself to all of this. And the way that it works is there's pre-recorded lessons on the topics. Every week we have group coaching sessions. There's tasks for you to do as well. So it's really amazing, like boot camp, like you're learning as you're doing. You're not just going to be watching stuff. You're actually going to be like doing things. And the transformations that I've seen have been absolutely incredible. If you want to read about any of the women that have come through this program, please go to the program page. It's athena-simpson.com/bootcamp. I'll send you the link afterwards as well. This group will also get a personal finance and business finance masterclass with all of my templates on how to do cash flow forecasting, network calculation, doing budgets. So if finance is not your thing and you want to like be better at it and feel more in control of it, either with business stuff or with personal stuff or both, this is also included in the program. So that kind of summarizes it. There's a whole program page if you want to look at it. It's super exciting. It's super fun. Like if you've liked how I've shared this information today, this is really what it's about, because I don't believe in like, you know, I'm an ex-roadie. I have so much fun with this, and there's nothing that delights me more than getting women like unstuck from the matrix and unstuck from this like, program that we have, and really seeing them step into being amazing entrepreneurs and starting incredible businesses and just like thriving outside of the system. So the June program, we're opening doors on Thursday. So it's coming up really quick. And if you apply for the program, you'll also get free access to that business strategy masterclass I was talking about. So this is my $10,000 minimum system that I've been taking private clients through in terms of strategy. And I break it down in a way that you as one person can do it very easily without spending shitloads of time and money trying to get your business out there. So if you guys have any questions, let me know, drop them in the chat.